What's up, dude?
Hey, buddy.
Let's see. Oh, where's one of them? There's Jolly.
What's up, Cobra?
What's up, brother?
Figure out what's going on with my camera. Oh, that might have done something. Oh, here we go.
Digress. Really things. I think they need to be able to push 300.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Got me?
Yeah, I seen it, Collins. That's kind of cool, dude. I don't know. Did you see it, Pickles? Yeah.
It's an easier thing to see someone at 150 meters in a game like Arma than it is somewhere in this area here.
Yeah, I seen it, dude. I liked it, and I think I commented on it.
Looks like what he's laying in. Yep, here he is. Okay. So, you know, I will take this though because it is full on.
What's up, Jolly?
Yep, Jolly disconnected.
Uh-oh.
Pickle problems.
All right.
Okay.
Just a few.
What's up, Mars?
What's up?
Tap your screens, guys. Let's get the likes to 10K.
With that being said.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Having a few pickle problems tonight.
No, no worries. It's early. It's early.
It's
early. No worries. It's early. I got you. Hang on.
TT has been messing up.
All right, there we go.
TT has been messing
Oh,
up.
there's one. Oh, and he's gone.
We might have to close this one out and restart it. I don't know.
Go with me. Just let me know.
Let's try this one more time.
Go ahead.
Concrete wall. If their body hits the wall, I don't know if the bodies have a mass calculation to them. So
All right, third time's a charm.
Like a
Number 3 will do it.
He's like lead hitting a fence, so the fence is like,
Uh-oh. Is that 5?
the whole wall will come across.
I'm here.
Hey, there he is.
All right, let's try this.
All right. Sorry. I still have fireworks going off all around me. My dogs are like off the chain.
Oh, mine is everywhere.
Bro, it's insane.
It's all good, brother.
All right, there we go.
Phew. We all made it through the new year.
Barely.
Luckily.
Amen.
Probably the back.
Man.
Yep, he is. Yep.
So, how's everybody doing, man?
Oh,
I'm doing good.
Another day in paradise.
Yeah. Hurting and sore.
On the bingo card for today's.
I was a good
It's-
boy.
it's-
I was dry for New Year's Eve, so
Headshot that they can register. Okay, I got
It ain't been very dry today up here, that's for sure.
suppressed.
does going to a casino and losing money consider being good? Depends on how much money. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I rephrase that. New Year's Eve, we won money. I walked out probably 400 ahead. My wife walked out about 500 ahead. So
That's a good
One of-
night.
one of the very
Dang
few
it.
times we walk out ahead.
Let's here's this right there. Oh, that's good.
It's been wet here all day. I don't think it stopped raining since about 9 o'clock this morning.
We've actually had good weather out here in Chicago, so
I gotta go.
North Florida's been getting it, that's for sure.
yeah. I just got done watching the Tampa Bay game and saw that it was pouring out there.
Oh, it's flooding. Tampa's catching it now.
Yeah.
I see killed probably dozens of
It's been nice on our side.
right at a checkpoint.
It hit like the 50s and 60s this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was high 30s Sunday night up here.
Come out. Where are you hiding?
It was
Yeah,
great.
yeah. This is
We're-
Florida complaining right here.
Yes.
We were in the teens.
I almost had to
Getting-
find long pants.
Right here.
It's like I had to
We're
put a
getting
sweatshirt
old.
on. I'm like, what the hell, bro?
We are talking about the weather.
Yeah. If it's our bowling games, oh man, we got other problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We got a PK.
Yeah, Nathan, it was kind of wild this way too.
3 box bags.
What's up, Jay?
Mm-mm-mm.
Also really low profile.
So, Mars, you've had a very enlightening experience over the past, 30 days?
Dead body scared me.
What are you referring to, though?
Your holiday tournament you just had?
Oh, yeah. We've had quite a few holiday tournaments. We've had the U.S. Open qualifier, New Year's Eve that we always run every year. We had 80 entries this year. Last year we had 94. A lot of the bowlers that
good.
usually bowled, they're at team trials right now, so they left on the 30th, I believe, so they didn't bowl. Black Friday doubles, we had 50. We sold out at 57 teams, I think it was. They had 114 bowlers. And then just on the 28th, we had 228 bowlers come out for our reindeer doubles. So we do pretty good out here. We get a lot of people involved in bowling. We get a lot of entries, and it's quite nice to see people come out and bowl. We get a lot of youth bowlers that come out to the singles events, so it's nice to see.
That's
Do you
good.
have any,
That's pretty
do you have
solid.
any like tricks for the trade when it comes to getting bowlers into tournaments? Because I know from what I've seen across the board, I see some guys that have high people come out, and then I see some people that have low people come out. So, is
So
there
like,
any,
my trick of it is, we post rosters, and we post how many people we have on the roster because we have a lot of tournaments in this area for people to bowl. Chicagoland area, we're not too far from Milwaukee. We get on average, so like I run a King of the Hill series on Fridays in the summer. Last year I averaged 119 bowlers per week. Milwaukee, which is an hour and a half away, they do tournaments during the week. So a lot of people make it a big weekend. They'll find a tournament on Friday night, they'll come bowl the King of the Hill, then they'll drive to Milwaukee on Saturday, or they'll drive to Iowa or Indiana. It's all within like the area, and they just make the big weekend of it. But our luck is because we post the rosters, we attract the entries. People a lot of times will look and find one tournament and go, oh, there's 40 people there. Oh, but Jerry Mars is running in one and he's got 80. They'll sign up for mine because there's a better chance to win money. There's more brackets. There's more game pots and stuff like that. So people see that and then they choose to come over by us. We don't drag people from other tournaments. I'm the type of person to where, like on Friday nights, We have a guy named Sean who runs tournaments out of Valparaiso, Indiana. And then we had Joliet Town and Country, which was like, I want to say it's 45 minutes away from where we run our King of the Hills. They run a tournament, but they also run handicap stuff. And I tell people, I don't care where you bowl. Don't necessarily come bowl mine because it's me. Go bowl somewhere. Just bowl Valpo, bowl Joliet, me, wherever. It doesn't matter to me. Just go out and bowl. I want to see people just out on the lanes and enjoying themselves and spending time with their friends.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's us tournament directors out here. We try to get together, figure out what's going on in the area to help other tournament directors plan their stuff. I started a Google sheet that has all the tournaments that we know of in Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Nebraska, like basically the whole Midwest. But we also throw in tournaments there in Florida because we get a lot of people that are from out of town and they want to see what else is out there. So if I see a tournament on Facebook, I go and add it to my Google sheet. And then once the weekend passes, I clear out what's already passed and move everything up and then start adding to it. I think I have right now 137 tournaments on the schedule, and that goes all the way through June of 2026.
Nice.
Yeah, I think there's probably 15 to 20 tournaments in the general area that I usually stay in that are usually pretty active, at least this time of the year. Then they'll take a break and catch up at the back half of the year.
Yeah. I mean, it's usually the summer we slow down in this area. We have the King of the Hill on Friday nights. I do my Chicagoland Open singles on end of June, and then we do doubles the following day. Usually that's a big tournament weekend for the center that we used to host it at. This year, we're going to keep Chicagoland Open singles and doubles at the same center as last year, but we have some plans coming up within the next 7 months that will have us moving stuff around. So it'd be interesting.
Sweet.
Yeah, Nathan, I think that tournament's going to be huge. The 12K doubles in Missouri.
That's one that I'm hoping to make this year. Been trying to go out there, but we can't make it.
So, Jolly Rogers, I wanted to ask you because I was actually talking to Hutch tonight in our league house about other more local tournaments and getting more involved into getting to get into some more diversified tournaments across our state that is not necessarily all the way to Tampa or all the way to Orlando.
Right. Are you familiar with the tournament Carrie runs?
I'm not.
Actually, she's got one coming up on Super Bowl Sunday would be her next one. It's a doubles tournament. It's local. It's going to be held at Sawgrass, Bolero, Tamarack, whatever you want to call it. So it'll be held at my center. She runs a good show. She did just did win the on the first. She had 6 on a pair for the full 28 pair side at our house because the house is split 28 and 28. So she ran a full shift there. And she runs scratch and handicap. Youth bowlers are welcome too. She pays out in smart funds. And she also runs the monthly senior tournament, South Florida Competitive Seniors out of Strikers.
Nice. Yeah. And Strikers, the new lanes, man. I'm just saying. New Orleans Strikers. Let's just call it New Orleans Strikers.
Exactly. They got the lanes from the Nationals. I think they definitely had some Nationals memory into them.
Yeah, bro.
They were tough.
I like
They're
the
still
Nationals. I like the lanes at Nationals. Let's just make that clear.
Bro, you should come down. You should come down to
they're
South
awesome.
Florida. I'm telling
Without
you.
a doubt.
Yeah.
So the funny thing is when Nationals, I want to say it was when I was in El Paso, the center out by us at Deer Park and Lake Zurich, they got the lanes from El Paso.
Mm-hmm.
Pin setters and lanes and everything. They swapped them all out. And it was actually pretty cool to see.
Yeah, Strikers with full lanes and approaches, and they are great. Their approaches used to be tacky. I used to kind of stay away because they were tacky, and now the approaches are great. The lanes are great. They're still figuring out the oil pattern.
Honestly,
Because-
I'm gonna say this: we had states on those lanes. I was surprised that I did cash out in place, but what an experience, man!
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
to have those lanes kind of local to me. I'm so thankful to have that because our lanes here are pretty similar across the board.
Mhm.
Sometimes your approaches will be a little bit different, but the lanes are pretty similar across the board. But as soon as they installed those, yeah, it was a different game, 100%.
Yeah, I bowled states there the last 2 weekends of states.
Yeah.
The last 2 Sundays. And I ended up cashing in singles.
Yeah, same.
Doubles and team.
Not so good.
Just say I let my team down a little bit.
Same.
Not horrible, just I bowled better in singles.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same.
Is that the states that Brian Valena had a field day at?
I don't think so. Because we had a ton of local guys that did really well.
Okay.
Which I was kind of surprised about, to be honest,
Yeah.
because it was fresh lanes. Like
Yeah.
a lot of guys had no experience on those lanes because I know there was a lot of people that did not go to nationals,
Mm.
and
Right.
they did
I don't
very
even-
well.
Yeah, I don't think even going to nationals would have helped you out.
No.
Right?
They were that much different. But Gabe puts together a group of guys that go the last couple of weekends. No matter where it is in the state, we all go together, and there could be 300 of us. There were 300 of us last year, bowling states all in the same weekend. And this year he wants to do 350 or something crazy. But the local guys tended to whack them. But, a lot of those were Tamarack guys.
Yeah.
I know Gabe did real well. Jamal did real well. Scott Anderson. The guys that bowl everything.
Well, who's Scott Anderson?
Do you know Scott?
He's like a South Florida icon here.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, honestly, for a guy that he's really putting into the youth,
Yes.
I commend him so much.
The only bad thing that I can say about Scott, and I'll tell him this to his face, it doesn't matter. He bowls at the speed of smell.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people here in the Skyland area that'll do that. That's
Yeah,
for
I
damn
get
sure.
that.
Yeah. So if we're getting up anywhere close to each other, next lane, 2 lanes over, I will jump him because I know it's going to take forever.
But I will commend him because he honestly he's doing everything that he can to help the youth.
Right. He's a great ambassador for the sport.
Yes.
He coaches he's a high school teacher.
Yeah.
He coaches his high school team.
Yep. Honestly, I feel like he doesn't get enough recognition for what he's doing for the youth.
Right. He definitely doesn't.
And I wish people would give him a little bit more back end on that.
Yeah.
And I know I see him all the time on TikTok. Does he follow me? No. Do I know who he is? Yes. Have I seen him? Yes. But I know what he's doing, and I will appreciate everything that he's doing because, end of the day, like we have to put it into putting it back to the youth because if we don't do that, then we're not really giving it back to the youth, and we're not giving it back to the bowling community.
Yeah.
That's like my grandmother used to always tell us when she was alive. She used to run a program for juniors. And in the morning, she had a 36-lane house. She'd had it filled 5 people on a team. And then afternoon she had, I want to say it was like 9 through 36 filled. And she's always said, youth is the future of the sport, man. If you don't take care of them kids, they're not going to want to bowl and they're not going to keep it alive. And she was so right when she said that, because nowadays it's like that's all you see out on the lanes is the kids. Mm-hmm. I know with our King of the Hills in the summer, we average, like I said, 119 people. And I would say probably 50 of those are youth bowlers coming out to bowl. And the parents just love it because they're like, you offer smart fun. It gives my kid a chance to come out and compete. And it's awesome to see all these kids come out here. And it kind of pisses me off seeing some of these kids come out here and mollywop me on the lanes and take my money and stuff. But you know what? I love seeing it. I enjoy it.
I'm telling you, this next generation is going to be tough. They're going to be super hard.
I say it all the time. That little kid, that little 8-year-old, in 10 years is going to be taking my league money.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 100%.
Yep.
Because there,
I've seen some people even like in practice, and they're like, "Oh, those kids are so annoying." I'm like, "Bro."
Yep, Ryan, that was Algonquin.
I'm like, dude, we all were annoying when we were young, right?
Oh, without a doubt.
For sure.
Like, we are all like, da, 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 right? Mm-hmm. So
I was a terror.
Right. I know I was too, right? I was a small kid. I was always talking. I was always yapping, Yeah. So, like, we all went through that stage. I think a lot of people, I know that I'm getting in my older stages, we all hear it and we get like, oh, bro, enough. But they're still in their teens, and they are like, oh, I can compete with these guys. So there's nothing wrong with them having a little bit of a bigger head, right? So let them get that bigger head and push towards that goal. End of the day, if they're able to compete, then let them compete.
Yep, absolutely. I couldn't tell you how many times, especially in this area, there's been a couple youth bowlers in the house that I bowl in for league here in Tallahassee that have gone on to bowl college now. And watching them over the summer practicing, kind of get ready. Some of these kids, I'm watching them and I'm just like, Jesus Lord, these kids are different. Like compared to when I was in youth and most of my generation was in youth, it is night and day different. The kids now versus the kids then, for sure. Especially with the opportunity for the kids that are out there now versus then.
We got a lot of kids out here in this area in Chicagoland. Will Clark, who's one of the coaches that he does like most of the bowlers, these kids out here are just phenomenal. And I'm not just talking they're two-handed bowlers. They're one-handed bowlers. Mm-hmm. You got Landon and Griffin Jordan who've come up, and Josh Weems, all these kids coming up and bowling. And it's like, I wish I had the coaching that they had when I was a kid, because I feel like I'd have been a lot further in my game. I'm not saying I'm not far in my game. I'm not saying I don't do well. But, man, these kids, the mental game, the physical ability and stuff like that, it's awesome to see these kids coming out firing. And is there jealousy? There's a lot of jealousy from a lot of people out here because of it, because these kids work their butts off. And it's nice to see.
Well, I also want to add to that is that I don't want to date myself, but some of the equipment that we had when we were younger is not anywhere equipped to what is available now, right?
Right.
So, like, growing up for me was pretty much urethane, right? Mm-hmm. So it was kind of a very slim margin of competition of equipment. Where now you have so much equipment and there's so much release of. I mean, how many bowling balls do they release a year? Well, this is a good question.
Oh my God!
I'm going to ask this question right now. How many bowling balls do they release in an entire year across the entire brands? I want to get your takes of all this.
Oh, I can tell you exactly. Well, almost exactly. I can give you a real close number.
I want to hear it.
Between all the brands, it's about 120.
Bing.
Yeah, I was even going higher. I was going 180 plus.
I mean,
I
that might
said
be
130.
120 without talking plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said
Yeah.
130
Yeah.
this week.
I know. when I was
Minus plastic and spare, yeah, it's probably 100, 120.
Yeah,
I
and
know
that
when
was
I was-
last year. So this year there'll be more because
Probably
they're not slowing
150.
down.
Yeah. I know when I was on staff with Deviate, the way we looked at it was every 45 days a brand came out with one ball. And there was, I think, twice a year they came out with two.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was everybody kept saying, like all the staffers kept saying, why are we coming out with so many bowling balls and getting rid of them so quickly and stuff like that? And a lot of people don't realize that's what the consumers want.
Yeah, it's marketing. I mean, honestly, end of the day, it's marketing.
Right.
And if they can sell the gear and they can move past it,
Yep.
I mean, honestly, it's no different than appliances, right?
Right.
They make something new and then they push it out. They make something new, no different than your iPhone, right? How many iPhones have we all gone through?
I hate changing phones. I hate
Once
it.
every 2 years.
It's,
I use mine till it dies.
You know what I'm saying?
Till
It's a
the battery
nightmare.
stops charging.
I've
Well,
had,
because we have upgrades, right? And then those upgrades, do they really upgrade your phone, or do they like
they
kill
upgrade
your
the
phone?
headache.
Yeah, no. They make your battery die. They make it overheat. Yeah, it was like when they built a Kirby vacuum, right? When they built a Kirby vacuum, and I know I'm dating myself so bad right now. A Kirby vacuum was built to last because a Kirby vacuum was literally a tank.
yeah.
Yep.
Now you buy a vacuum cleaner. If it lasts 6 months to a year, you made your money on it.
Yep. You ever heard of Hyde's bowling shoes?
Yeah,
Yeah. You never needed a second pair.
right.
They lasted forever. That's
Yeah.
why they go.
Wasn't that the same thing with the Lin's shoes too?
Yeah, but not as quite as good.
Yeah.
Lin's were
That
good
was
when they were made in Maine.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
like
Lin's would last-
second gen.
A decade when they were made in Maine.
Yeah. I remember I had a pair of Lin's. The bottoms broke out, and they were probably like 5 or 6 years old. And
Right?
I emailed them and was like, what can be a good comparison? And the guy emailed me back. He goes, just send them back to us. We'll fix them for free and
Yeah.
send them back to you. I was like, what?
Heck yeah,
No
bro.
way. And they did. And I had those shoes for like another 2-3 years. And then they came out with the Dexters. The SST, I want to say it was like 4s or 5s at the time.
Yeah. And now
Now
we're
it's-
at 8, 9.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh man.
Unbelievable.
You guys all know Charles the Hype, right?
Oh yeah.
In the last 2 weeks, 11 new bowling balls.
Yeah.
That aren't even announced yet.
Mhm.
So that's how quick
They're starting quick.
Yeah.
I will say this. Out of anybody who does ball reviews online, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, Charles does an amazing job.
Hype. Yes.
He does.
He does
Honestly-
an amazing job. And the only reason why I say that is because most people, like me, I don't like talking on my videos. Why? Because honestly, 100%, I'm like Pete Weber. Don't ask me about a ball. I'll throw it. I'll compare it to something else. You want me to throw it with something else. I'm not a scientific person. I could drill a bowling ball and I can make it do what I want. Cool, no problem. Charles explains it to you like, it's not like, this ball's good, go get it. This ball, that, this gets through the heads. He does not use the same thing over and over. It gets through the heads clean and then sharp
Right.
on the back end. He explains it to you like you have no idea what bowling talk is.
The
Yeah.
And
good
I
thing
think-
about him is he's not affiliated with any one company, so he gets to throw
Right.
them all.
And he will tell you if the ball's bad or if it's not.
Yeah.
He will not
Yeah,
sit there and
he's
say,
100% honest about it for sure.
right.
Yeah.
So I mean that's what I love about him.
I
Yeah,
will
he,
say
he does sugarcoat it a little bit on YouTube.
Yeah.
'Cause, he'll come to the pro shop and just shake his head.
Reasonably.
He's got to
I
get
will
that free bowling
definitely
ball.
say that Hype, even though that I'm not a huge guy to want to follow somebody that does ball reviews, every ball review that he does, he is very consistent about.
Yep.
There's no like lackluster to it. He's very consistent about what he sees,
Yep.
and he doesn't just videotape and give it
He doesn't
a
just show you the
false
good shots.
Nope.
Yeah,
He shows you the bad ones too.
right, exactly.
Yep.
So he gives it a full spectrum of like what this is actually capable of. And that's one thing that I always want to tell people when people are like looking at like, oh, I see this ball, and they're like, oh, this looks like, garbage, or this looks fire. And I'm like, that's fine. You can take those videos for what they are. However, take those videos for what they are. And by that, I mean, if that person is like a 2-finger thrower or high rev, high speed, then take that for what it is. If that is your style, then take that into consideration. But if you are a lower speed and lower rev, that's not going to line up with you. So a lot of people are like, oh, I want that ball. Kind of like everyone sees like EJ Tackett throw a ball, and they're like, oh, I need that ball. And it's like, dude, you're not going to make that ball do what EJ Tackett's doing, right?
I throw it just like EJ Tackett.
Yeah.
Nobody throws it like EJ Tackett.
But he is very, very consistent about like his reviews. And I honestly, he's probably the only one that I see that does reviews that I'm like, okay, he's very, very consistent about. And I commend him about that for sure.
I definitely commend the amount of effort that I could only imagine takes to review that many bowling balls. Since he's doing every brand, that is, I mean, I swear every time I even get on YouTube, which is daily, his videos are popping up, and it's the next one, and it's the next one, and it's the next one. I'm like, man,
I'll tell you a little bit about
thinking,
this.
how do I have time? If I had the time, what would it take for me to do that? And I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah.
I don't live close enough to a bowling alley to even think about doing that.
He's got to set up the camera. He's got to record it. Then he's got to tear everything down. Then he's got to go edit the videos. Unless he's got somebody editing them for him, that's a lot of work.
That's a ton.
That's tough to do, especially if you have a full-time job. And
He's got a full-time job.
Yep.
He's got a baby.
Yeah, he's got a newborn.
He's got a wife with a full-time job who's on call all the time.
Jesus.
So we see him when we see him.
Yeah.
He'll come in, knock out a couple of videos because he's only got an hour and a half, and he doesn't even say bye when he leaves half the time.
Yeah, no, he crushes through it, 100%.
Yeah.
I've seen him on the lanes, man. He comes in and he's gone.
Now,
And he's got a good relationship with the bowling center. They help him out a lot. Took him up with lanes with some oil on him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now, does he bowl tournaments too, or does he just bowl league? And
he tries to bowl tournaments too. He's in Orlando right now at a
he
thing
travels
Jopo
around.
put on, where they've got they got everybody. EJ's there. All the Jopo staffers are there doing something for the weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was watching him bowl a little while ago.
He travels from basically Orlando to Fort Lauderdale to Fort Myers. He kind of stays to southeast and southwest of Florida.
Yeah,
It's
I
kinda
think
like
he's
his
got some
main-
family in the Chicago area or something. He goes up there once or twice a year for stuff.
Yeah, I think he was up there last year for the TNBA Nationals.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the
So we
Reed
see
Hawthorne
technology.
coming out by us. What is it, a month? The Reed Hoffman.
What were you saying,
think it's-
Cobra?
Oh no, you're good. I was saying we're seeing the technology change in the cores. That transformer coming out, and Radical just came out with a ball. Depending on how you drill them, the ball reacts.
Yeah, DV8.
That's going to be. Go ahead.
Yeah, DV8 started that last year with a couple of their balls.
The troublemaker.
Did you just say the transformer?
The transformer.
Yeah.
Which is Hasbro going to come after them? Just asking. Just asking.
Oh, I don't know.
Now,
I have some copyright infringement going.
Yeah, right. I'm just asking.
think about it. This has been going on for years. We had the Fast and the Furious balls years ago.
Right.
I think bowling's kind of run out of names. and they're starting to steal from other places.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But all right, well here's the thing about the transformer, right? When you drill into the transformer and it has wings, are you going to be drilling through those wings?
Depends on what you want the ball to do.
Right.
Yeah. I watched the video kinda the other day. I need to really sit back and watch it.
It's a long video. Yes,
Yeah.
it's definitely a long
it's
video.
an hour long, and
Yes.
it depends on what you're trying to do. Are you trying to raise or lower the diff, and yeah, so.
But I mean,
I think it's
that'd
good,
be
though.
crucial. That's crucial to like what you're actually going to try to make it do, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess it
So,
adds a little bit
I think
more push on what kind of layout you tend to plan to put on it, really.
Right.
It's like the way it was
So-
kind of explained to me was like if you drill through the wing, it's going to make the ball more smoother.
Right.
If you don't hit the wing,
Yeah,
it's going to
'cause
make it more
it's flattened it
sharper
out.
on the back end. Right.
Right.
Keeping the integrity of the core.
Right. And that's basically like the dummied down version that I got when I was talking to a buddy of mine who's looking into it. And I mean, it makes sense, but you know, people are going to sit there and whine and cry about, oh, Storm's taking over Radical's technology and this and that. And it's like, you know what? Where do you think bowling was going to go?
Right.
Bowling's only got one way to go. And if one company, it's the same thing with the cell phones. You know, you got Android, you got iPhone. Android comes out with something, and then 4 years later, iPhone comes out with it, and nobody bats an eye. Nobody gives a shit. It's just that's just the way it is. Life is going in one direction, and it's all technology. You've got two-handers, you've got no thumb bowlers. So yeah, all bowling ball companies are going to try and figure something out to make it. What's next? Motive's going to come out with a ball that's probably going to do the same thing, and then everybody's going to cry about that. You know, who cares? Just keep making bowling go in the direction that it's going, and keep trying to help everybody instead of one-sided, sport.
Yeah.
It's just the way I would look at it. And I get tired. Like yesterday, I posted on Facebook. I've had enough Facebook for today because I got tired of seeing people being like, oh, my God, we're going to get a lawsuit. Phil's going to do this, and he's going to sue the hell out of Storm. No, he's not. He's going to call up Storm. He's going to talk to Storm just like he did the last time when they came out with the Alpha Crux. And they're going to clear it out. They're going to smooth it out. They're going to figure everything out. A lot of these people don't realize Brunswick Storm, they do not have beef. It's the people who throw the equipment that have the beef that try to make it out to be something that it's not. Yes, Phil made the post on Radical, and he was like, this is about it, innovative and copying somebody. Okay, fine, he made that. But it's not that serious. People want to freak out about some of the stupidest things on Facebook, and they all do it because they hide behind a fucking profile on Facebook. That's where you're going to get all your hate. You get so many people. I'm starting to get hate on my TikToks telling me that I can't bowl on this and that. But as soon as you call them out, they won't show up. They won't be there. And it's like, you know what? Just stop with your stupidity,
dude. I'm gonna stop you right there just to say this. All right, keyboard warriors, stop. Everyone knows that. Every brand talks to other brands. Look, we all know that there's competition when it comes to brands, but they're all communicating amongst each other because they don't want to get nixed between anyone else, and they don't want to get thrown off by the PBA.
Yep.
So, stop typing, stop acting like you know everything about everything that's going on in bowling. Look, I'm not saying I know everything about bowling, but the keyboard warriors need to settle down because it is getting overwhelming.
It's not
seriously,
even the keyboard warriors. It's the people hiding behind profiles. They make a fake profile because they don't want to do it from their profile. And it's Nate and Elise are going through it, almost every week with their videos. Elise goes and she gets comments about her videos. Let her make her videos. Who cares what she does?
Right, exactly.
What is she doing that's hurting you?
Substantial amount of hate on everything that she does. It blows my mind. She is got to be a very sane individual to deal with the amount of hate that she sees on her platforms. Yeah. It's incredible.
Dude, and I don't understand why. What does it prove to anybody to like throw that speech out, right? What are you accomplishing from doing that? Are you getting anything from that? No.
You're boosting your own ego.
Yeah.
Which serves no purpose.
No.
Yeah, every time I see somebody comment something or they make a post and I know it's a fake profile, everybody says, "Well, how do you know it's fake profile?" Come on, somebody making a comment. Yeah. Somebody making a comment in a bowling post and they have one mutual friend with me. I got 5,000 friends on Facebook. I guarantee if there was somebody in bowling,
you just look at the profile, right?
Yeah, I wish we could find somebody who works for Facebook that could just call these people out and just be like, "Oh, that account belongs to so and so," and one of these days it's going to catch up to them. They're going to comment on something and thinking they're on their one page and on their fake page and they're on their own page, and next thing you know, it's going to blow up.
Which I'm glad we kind of brought this up. So anyone that is listening to what we're talking about right now, even if you're a new content creator and you get some BS in your comment section and you're still new to growing your content, keep doing what you're doing. Don't listen to the, you know what I'm saying? Like,
when I bowled on tour 6 years, I shouldn't say 6 years ago. When I bowled on tour from 2010 to 2016, Brian Valena gave me the best advice ever on people hating on him because he always got so much hate for two-handed. He looked me straight in the face. I said to him one time, I said, "How do you get by through it? How do you get through it? How do you just ignore it all?" And he looked at me and he goes, "Have you ever gotten a bruise from a word?" And I said, "No." Dang. And he goes, "Have you ever broken a bone because of a word was said to you?" And I said, "No." And he goes, "So then why would it matter what somebody said?" And ever since that day, I'm just like, whatever. Somebody comes up to me and says, "Oh, you don't know how to bowl." I'll pull $500 out of my pocket and say, "If I don't know how to bowl, then put your money where your mouth is." And you know how many times I've been accepted on that?
Doesn't happen.
Twice, and I haven't lost yet.
Yeah.
So I'm not afraid to bowl. I drive 3 hours in the summer for a $40 tournament just because I want to bowl.
Hey, at end of the day, look, if you got it, you got it, right?
Right.
Throw down the cash. Let's talk cash, right?
If I throw down $500 and you accept it and I lose, I'm going to shake your hand just like I'm going to shake anybody else's hand. Congratulations, you beat me. I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth with it with words. Okay?
Right.
Cool.
And I love that because, honestly, I still see that in my league house, right? I mean, we're all friends, right? But we all see, at the end of the day, like, there's some competition, right?
Yep.
But
oh yeah, it's all up here.
Right. But sometimes people try to get in other people's heads.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, usually the people that know what they're talking about and they got their gear, they know that it's a done deal. Like, give me your money.
Right.
So there ain't nothing wrong with that.
I wasn't meaning to go this direction with that, but I was actually more impressed that they're trying to take a bowling ball and make it where it's universal for everybody, and I think that's crucial and huge to the game.
Yeah,
man, we went way off topic.
Yeah, I didn't stir up drama.
The biggest thing, like you talking about there, Cobra,
you starting to pop, bro.
That's right. Shit stirring at its finest.
There you go.
Rage bait.
The funny thing is, if all these companies are, quote unquote, copying another company or this, that, the other, that's really, in my opinion, that's more or less a benefit to the people who are more specific to that brand. Like DV8 talking about how they're the two-handers, the no-thumb bowler company. Now Storm's kind of snuck in there. Hey, we have a core that can be manipulated the same way. I mean, that's good for me because I'm not, tied down to Storm by no means, but I'm an SPI guy. So having that kind of technology now in a brand that I like, that I support, is nice.
Well, I was a DV8 guy for 13 years. 13 years, oil and everything.
Wasn't the level like kind of like the replacement for the urethane. So did Storm get some inside information about the urethane ban, and they were trying to find something that was going to be
I
a
honestly,
replacement?
I honestly think it was Storm trying to match what the new Hammer new was, try to get something competitive to
Okay.
that. I've
So
got
they're
two
trying to
levels.
get ahead of the game.
They're trying to get ahead of it because everybody knew eventually it was going to get to the point where they're going to get rid of urethane. Why? Because the professional bowlers know how to manipulate that cover stock.
Right.
I've known it. Everybody knows it. You basically, there's ways that you can manipulate it, whether you want to soften it or whatnot. All you got to do is literally put the ball in a ball spinner, take a 500 grip Abralon pad. After you take a new urethane ball, you go throw it on a lane, get a little bit of oil in it, you put it on a ball spinner.
Right.
You hit it with a 500 grit Avalon pad for like 2-3 minutes, get it really hot and warm, and then you flip the ball over, you do the same thing, and you're going to soften it. That's just what a lot of people do nowadays, and most tournaments you bowl at, they're not going to check it.
No, not even
Yeah,
close.
I mean, you're basically putting lane shine onto it and then revving it up to give it a softer core, right?
Right.
Well,
Baked in.
I think this level
Right. Yeah.
the level came out. I think the level came out shortly after they had that one PBA event where they used the Subras and all them low end balls. And
Yeah,
I think
no,
they
the level definitely came out right after the whole Reddit thing came out.
Yeah.
But I think they're trying to get the technology to where it's less maintenance on the ball, more bowling. And I don't think it'll ever happen because you got to maintain the ball,
Right.
So
I
what do
mean,
you guys
it's preferred.
what do you guys think is most valuable to like the youth bowlers now? Like, what if there is something that you could give advice to youth bowlers now? What would you suggest to the youth bowlers? Throwing style or like equipment? What would you suggest to them?
Nothing. I'm not going to suggest anything to them. They've already have an advantage. All right. We all grew up in the late 1900s.
We're already old.
No doubt. The amount of information that was available as we grew up was
Right.
only.
We didn't have that equipment, bro. I'm like
But even
look,
the information, even coaching, it was just in your circle, in your center, in your couple centers.
Yep.
These kids have all the information they need at their fingertips.
because they can Google.
Exactly.
However,
I have
However,
youth bowlers
I'm
that
just gonna
come
say
in and
this.
tell me how they want
do
the
not
ball laid
rely
out.
on ChatGPT and do not rely on Google. Just because you see it on the internet does not make it true. Just saying. Just
There was a
saying.
guy yesterday that came in and said, "Yeah, I asked ChatGPT what ball I should get for my first bowling ball."
Yeah, I just threw my headphones off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I always tell any new bowler
bro.
to go get a low end ball
yep. Didn't
and
steer him
bowl
wrong.
with it for
Told him to get a hustle.
go
Hustle. Yeah,
bowl.
okay. That's still like the mediocre, right?
First bowling ball.
Right.
Wanting to learn how to curb it. Perfect.
Yep.
Right,
Ding.
exactly. Throw it for a year before you get another ball.
No
Learn that ball
doubt.
inside and out.
Yep.
Once
That's
you
what I
learn
go
that
through a
ball,
lot is
you can learn any ball.
people buy
Without
new balls, and especially, I don't want to say kids, but 20-somethings. You know, they'll start off with one ball, and 3 months later they got a dozen.
Oh,
I got a kid that I'm coaching right now. He's two-handed lefty. And his dad's like, what ball do you think we should get next? His coach said a purple hammer. And I'm like, really? I'm like, no. I'm like, learn how to throw the damn ball before you
Right.
go and try to experiment with something that, you can't just, jump into a pool of sharks and expect you can outswim them. And it's just not happening.
I feel attacked.
It's I've gotten this kid to the point to where He's gone from a
Love you,
154 average. He's gone from like 154 average. Now he's averaging, I think it was like 185, and that's all in a matter of a year and a half. And his dad's like, I'm so glad that you had us get this one ball and learn it. I said, now you go and get different bowling balls and learn what they do. You don't just go out and buy 5 bowling balls and go, hey, I got these, and I have no idea what the hell they do.
Yeah.
I look at his
You got to
kids
learn
and I
that
said,
first ball before you know what you need.
well, and it's not only that.
There it is.
Some of these kids that we get, I sit there and tell them, well, do you have any kind of asymmetrical ball? And they're like, what's that?
Yeah.
Well, what do you have in your bag? Well, I have this ball and this ball. I have a Black Widow. Okay, you have an asymmetrical ball. Yeah, but what you say asymmetrical, I say Black Widow. And it's like, I'm like, do you know what a symmetrical ball and an asymmetrical ball does? And they're like, well, no, they just roll down the lanes and they hook. And I'm like, you need to like really learn what your bowling balls do before you go buy anything else.
Dude, honestly, doing your research and knowing your equipment is a huge thing. Because honestly, there is so much more to bowling that when I grew up, urethane, right?
Yep.
Bing, bing, bing. Now there's so much more to core. There's so much more to surface, asymmetrical, symmetrical. Kids do not know. Oh, they just think, it's a bowling ball.
Yep.
There is so much more to know about what you're actually throwing and how to make it work for you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I know there's a lot of kids that I'm bowling with, even when I practice on Saturdays, that they just really want to see the strikes. When they get the not strikes, they are immediately defeated.
Yep.
And they already give up for even trying to pick up the spare. And I'm like, dude, that's the problem. You need to pick up the spare, know your equipment, get used to a single ball, and then progress through that ball. You will do so much better if you just concentrate on one ball and make that happen. Your game will get higher and higher and higher. So all you got to do is just get through that progression. Don't think that you need to progress through, I need a new ball. And I don't even want to say this to youth. I want to say this to even other people that are bowling and are like, I need a new ball because I'm not striking. It's not the ball. It's not the ball.
Nope.
Learn the ball. Learn the ball.
So
transition.
There's a high school coach around here. He's a pretty good bowler. His name's Scott Thomas, but he makes his guys go up 10 for so many throws. Then he'll have them go up 15 for so many throws. Then he'll have them go up 20 so many throws. And he'll make them break it down to what the ball did in each zone. Mm-hmm. And then towards the end of the night, he'll make them do it again and say, how much did it change? And he's kind of teaching them how transition works without them even knowing it, but he's also teaching them how to target. I think that's clever.
Yeah. I always tell
I know for me, one of the biggest things was kind of like what you're talking about, Cobras, more or less trying to, especially during like practice sessions for myself or even with other people, is throwing not only the equipment that you don't throw normally, but throwing the equipment, like you said, from different parts of the lane to really kind of see the exaggeration and the stretch of that ball. If that ball's comfortable for you going up 10, hitting 5, and it's hitting the pocket, cool. See if you can hit it from fourth arrow.
Yep.
See what you have to do to make that ball move from fourth arrow. And then if you're there, then switch to something else. If that looks good from fourth arrow, then move back up to 10 and see if you can make that one work from 10.
Yep.
Getting that extra knowledge about the full extent of whatever ball you're throwing from each part of the lane, that was probably the biggest thing for me, for sure.
Toughest part about that is bowling's like $7 a game, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're at a Bolero Center, they don't open until almost league time.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. The one by us.
You ain't lying about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 o'clock for us.
What were you saying?
I guess we're lucky with that here. Our center opens at 11 o'clock in the morning.
So the center that I have my King of the Hills at right now, it's called Poplar Creek Bowl in Hoffman Estates, Illinois. And if you want to talk about a center who wants to see people do like amazing things in the sport of bowling, they will like say that, you know, I'll use Pickles. If you came to town and you called up the bowling center and said, hey, I wanted to know if you could put a shout out for me. I'm going to be there tomorrow around 12 p.m. Would you guys be able to do it? The mechanic will be like, hell yeah, I'll be able to do it. I'll have 2 lanes set to the side for you. There's days where that man will oil 5 different pairs, put out 5 different patterns because he's got 5 different people coming in. And when you go in and practice, if I go in and practice, even though it's because I bring them business, but it's not just me, it's a lot of the bowlers in the area, they will sit there and put the pattern out. And then when you go to pay, the guy will be like, just tag the bowling center on a Facebook post saying you were here bowling, we're good.
That's awesome, bro. Honestly,
That's
I wish
amazing.
there was a lot more houses that would do that.
And it's not only like the owner of the bowling center, he's not a bowler. He doesn't even live in the state. He lives in Wisconsin. But the managers, Pete and Sandy, they're all about trying to get people to be better at bowling and stuff like that. You got people that have come through the center. Carmen Salvino will come up there and he'll watch people bowl, and he'll even offer to help, you know, coach kids and give them advice and stuff like that. I've been there a couple times, and he's come up and, you know, I'll be bowling and I won't keep my trail leg down, and he'll be like, hey, stupid, keep your trail leg down. And I'll just look at him and be like, I thought it was. And he's like, no. He goes, if your leg was down, then you're kicking me in the face, and that's down. And that's not right, you know. Poplar is just, they have so much great things going on in there that they're not, I don't want to say they're not worried about the money. They make money. But for somebody just to come in and practice for an hour, put out a pattern, they're not going to sit there and be like, oh, you owe me $20. Oh, you owe me $5 per game. You bowled for an hour. What did it cost them? When they've got 32 lanes of open bowling going on and they just gave up 1 lane for an hour. Okay, cool.
I mean, end of the day, honestly, even if I would have to pay an extra like $5 or $10 to get a pattern laid out, dude, I would pay that for like my league.
Everybody
house.
would.
Oh,
Absolutely, because that doesn't really exist here in South Florida.
Yeah,
I mean,
we've
That's
got
pipe dream here.
we've got centers out here. We've got centers out here that have asked me to come and run tournaments at their house. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, well, you know, let us know what pattern you'd want out, and we'll give you a price. And I'll be like, oh, okay, well, we want some kind of sport pattern. Oh, if we put out a sport pattern, we're using more cleaner and more oil, so we're going to have to charge you like $1 more a game for lineage. And it's like, you're not spending any more.
Dude,
And you're bringing in how many people?
I would pay that all day.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm going to bring you in about 100 people, and you're going to get $12. That's $1,200 lineage. Let's not include the food and
Right.
beer and all that other stuff that they're going to drink. You know, Poplar, they charge me, I think it's $10 or $11 per person for lineage for my King of the Hills. And it's 4 games of bowling. And we take the top 24 to match play. Okay. Once qualifying's done, they shut down 1 through 8. They let the people who get a bye the first round go practice on 1 through 8. But then they tell any of the other bowlers, hey, if you didn't make cut and you want to practice, you can have 1 through 8 until the tournament's done. Once the tournament's done, we got to oil the lanes for the junior leagues in the morning, and then we have to turn them off. And there's probably about 15, 20 people that'll stay after, and they'll practice, and they'll just throw shots. And to me, that just speaks volumes for a center. And when the day comes that I own my center, that's how I plan to run it. You know, I've always said that I would have like 2 pairs that I have a sport pattern out, and anybody wants to come in and bowl, just come in and bowl. Just come in and do your thing.
Yeah, that's a center that's not building their bank account. They're building a community.
Yeah.
Because of that, their bank account can grow.
And I want to add to that because honestly, like even when I was visiting Cober at Eastgate Lanes, they laid out sport shots for us. Everything that I have experienced up north, they lay out so much more than whatever I've experienced here. Even though I know a lot of people down here, it's very difficult to get a sport pattern laid out because everyone is so like, I don't want to say stingy, but they just don't necessarily care about people that really want to get into competition. But everything up north, I've seen that it's so much easier to get a sport pattern laid out, and the people are so much nicer. And look, I grew up in Ohio, so I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to sound like I'm pushing people off, but I feel like everything that comes from up north when it comes to the bowling alleys,
Right.
so much easier if you actually know the people and get to know the alleys and get to know the people that run the alleys. You have a lot more chances of learning a lot more sport patterns.
Cherry.
And what's that?
Yeah. Out at Cherry during your sports league or after your sanction league, or even some of your 9-pin leagues, they'll turn the lanes back on for you and let you practice and try to work on things. And even if you stay an hour, hour and a half, they'll still let you do it. As long as they're open, they'll let you do it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, around here, they take pretty decent care of their bowlers.
Jeff, Wycliffe Lanes. Jeff,
I see that place in a lot of centers or in a lot of videos.
Jeff,
of people
do you
on
know
TikTok.
Devo? Talk to me, Jeff. Just asking, because
You're on
Devo's a
Maury.
good friend of ours, and I know he's Wycliffe. Anyway,
But a lot of the alleys around here know that they make more off of concessions and tournaments than they do anything.
Yep. I won't get into the numbers like what Poplar's told me, but like for lineage, for King of the Hill, 17 weeks we averaged 119 people, or I should say 17 weeks, 119 people, and on average, I'd say their bar was making 2,200, 2,300 on average, and Poplar has some of the best food that you'll ever get. Their bar that they have is amazing. They have little bands that play. There's a lot of centers out in this area that do that. There's a lot of centers out here that'll take care of their bowlers, take care of league bowlers. They'll bring in like the open bowlers and go that route. Another center that's really good is Stefan and Cassie Honan, who own H5G. They have Sussex Bowl and Foxview Lanes out in Waukesha. They're another center that they help anybody. They got a bunch of Milwaukee bowlers that go out there and they go bowl there a lot.
Man, y'all are speaking sweet nothings in my ear about bowling alleys caring about their bowlers. Listen, and this is not me bashing the houses that I bowl in, by no means. There's one that has a bad taste in my mouth, but my regular league house, they're good. They treat their bowlers pretty well for what they do. But man,
but see, down in Florida,
that's impressive.
Down in Florida, I see a lot of people talking about boleros. I see a lot of these lives on TikToks, bowling at boleros and open bowling and boleros putting out a shot. Out in Chicagoland, not many people support boleros, because when Bolero took over the Brunswick zones in the Chicagoland area, Bolero basically came in and said to the league bowlers, "Hey, we don't need you. Bye. See you later. We'll do the open bowling thing." And now they're trying to get the league bowlers, and they're like, "Well, why can't we get leagues in our center?" It's like our centers are some of the centers that we bowl in. AMF West, which is a Bolero center. We bowled in a tournament there, Wisconsin Championship doubles. I literally got done. My hand was black because of all the dirt that was on there. We were bowling this big tournament, and there was frosting from cake on the approach. And when we told them about it, they said,
God.
Just get a napkin and wipe it off. And it was like, no, get some cleaner and clean it off of there. And then the tournament eventually didn't go back there, and they grew a little bit. But boleros out in this area, they just don't get any love from league bowlers because they just don't take care of their leagues.
It seems to me like, especially down here, at least in the Southeast, most of the boleros I know that I go to are mainly in the Panhandle area or even into like Central and North Georgia. One of them in particular that I go to in Columbus, Georgia, which is where a shop that I drill out of. My PSO's there, a bunch of guys that I know. They talk the most amount of trash about not just that center, but like you said, Boleros in general. And I've never had too many issues. Boleros to me seem like their approaches are incredibly slick. Or in the house that I'm talking about, like you're talking about, Jerry, anything right of 20 where most of the parties happen, there's bubble gum, there's crushed Skittles, there's popcorn everywhere.
William Welch just commented on here, and he said, remember the year we bowled and it was 59 degrees. In the middle of the winter, it was 59 degrees in the bowling center. They had the thermostat set at 59. Or they had the thermostat off, I'm sorry. It was so cold in that bowling center. There was people bowling in sweaters, jackets. It was crazy.
That might actually get me to put long pants on to bowl. That's a hard push, but that probably would.
Yep.
I'm not bowling in a tournament that requires long pants.
No, not at all. That's where me and the tour disagreed for a couple of years. I just this pants thing is killing me.
So we had the PBA Midwest regional director. He tried letting us wear shorts for 2 years on a regional tour, and there was one event he couldn't make it. So the central regional director, Bobby Jekyll, came out, and half of us showed up in shorts, and Bobby's looking at us all like, "What the hell are you guys doing?" We're like, "Oh, Toby lets us bowl in shorts from this month to this month," and he's like, "Absolutely not." And it's like the next week, Toby comes in, he's got his arms crossed, and we're all like, "What's wrong?" And he's like, "I got yelled at because I was letting you guys wear shorts." It's like, "Yeah, you're gonna lose some entries, Toby."
Yeah, but your guys' 59 down there is a cold like burr. Up here, it's a heat wave. So, I mean, you get it.
Yeah.
But them southern boys, they don't understand.
Listen, 59 degrees, I am wearing shorts to work, and I work outside in agriculture. Absolutely. It has to get south of like 35, 40 for me to go, hey, yeah, I might wear pants today. Yeah.
So I used to have a life rule that if it was at least 30 degrees outside, I was wearing shorts. I went and had quadruple bypass surgery 6 years ago, and now I'm like, okay, if it's over 50, I'll wear shorts. Under the, I gotta wear the pants.
I mean, just the other day we had 70-degree weather. The next day it was 25 and snowing.
Yeah.
I was in Chicago.
Yep.
Jolly. What does it take you to put pants on?
A wedding.
Hey, I wear shorts to weddings, and I get yelled at all the time.
I knew that was the answer I was going to get.
Oh, that's good.
See you at the weddings, weirdos.
Oh man, that was classic.
I like Jolly's New Year's one. Was like, if you're gonna give up anything, give up being a bitch.
Dude, spot on. Honestly, Jolly, I commend you, sir. Your content is always spot on.
That it is.
So relatable.
Yeah, it's definitely relatable.
That's wild.
So
too good.
So
go ahead.
I was just going to ask them what their envision for 2026 is.
Dude, you got me.
My envision or my hope?
Your vision for it.
Well, 25 was, I know for me was pretty wild. I had my one and not only, but my one first honor score plus the next four that followed in a very short amount of time. I had the highest average I ever finished with a 249. 25 was to me pretty hard to beat, but beatable nonetheless. So hopefully that's the case, to just top 25 just a little bit. 1% is good.
For sure. Jolly.
Oh man. Yeah, not much is going to change. It's going to be the same old me. I'm still going to be a pain in the ass. Talk shit. Short-term goal is to win the quarter on Tuesday because we're leading by 9.
Nice.
So I just need the rest of my team to show up because last week I had to bowl alone.
Jeez.
So
Bro,
one guy had to work. One guy's out of town.
With you.
Yeah, no time to pre or post bowl. You just get up there and bowl, get it done. Not that big of a deal.
Yep.
I am going to start up a YouTube channel. Not the bowling ball review stuff. It's going to be more of a story time stuff because I've got some stories.
Yeah.
You know, I think the first one's going to be my beef with the state association, which is all right. It's a big beef for me. Being part of the follically challenged, I don't like their no hat rule at the state tournament. So,
Ding! I love you, bro.
Listen,
I love
as,
you.
as little as up here,
love
I
you.
agree. 100%.
And this
I
headphone thing, guess what? You can wear
you
earpods.
can wear earbuds,
Oh yeah,
but
whatever.
not headphones.
What is the difference?
What's more likely to fall out?
Yeah.
Ding!
Earbuds.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna go on a dude. All right, me and you. Oh, bruh.
Hat campaign 2026.
No doubt. We'll keep the TikTok up. Still doing stupid stuff because I like that. It's funny. It's fun to do. It's fun to walk into a bowling center and somebody yell all the way across the bowling center, "See on the lanes, weirdos."
Oh my god.
And then it's league and pro shop stuff. Just keep on kind of crushing at that. Keep things going. Yeah, I'm in a Bolero center, so that makes it tough, but we do what we do.
Look, end of the day, there's a lot of tournaments that go in Boleros, so you need to be able to figure it out. So
Yeah.
I
It's
know
possible.
I know Bolero gets a lot of heat, but we all know that if you're going to compete, you gotta be able to figure out the different approaches. You need to figure out the different pin setters because there's string set. There's
Let's
natural
not
ball.
even talk about that.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, the game is transitioning, right? So, you gotta figure it out.
Yep. It's just like any other center. You got to figure them all out.
Yeah.
Right.
So what about you, Mars?
I'm hoping to have a better year this year. Last year started off very bad for me. I lost my mom. Went through. I wasn't diagnosed with depression, but I had been before when I got my first divorce, and I know what I did. I wasn't like in a depression where I wanted to hurt myself or anything. It was just constantly dwelling on the past. Kind of affected my bowling a little bit. I've had some highs this year. I've had some lows. But this year I'm more focusing on being better with myself with bowling and not being as cranky. Last year, 2025, like I said, I lost my mom, found out in November I'm losing my job. It was just a bad year altogether. So I know I wasn't the most pleasant to be around some of the times, but there's a lot of times I just threw a smile on my face just to get through the day and not have people ask me what was wrong. Excuse me. Just trying to be better on the lanes with my tournaments, be there more for friends, stuff like that. Bowling wise,
Yes.
it's just going to come down to what I'm going to have time for. I've got some plans coming up that I can't really talk about, but there's some people that do know about it. It's either these plans are going to go through, or my wife and I are moving down to Florida. So one of the two is going to happen, and it's just going to make everything a lot better. So
I think 2025 was hard on everybody. I think some aspect of something, everybody struggled in 2025.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, it was like for me, I stopped, I dropped my contract with Deviate back in April of 2024. I was a free agent, and January 23rd, I got a call from Gary Halsenberg and Andy Shutt, who are my reps. They had offered me a contract with Storm, and I was excited to take it, and we didn't announce it. And then my mom went to go have surgery, and she never made it out of it. So announcing that just wasn't a pleasant thing. It wasn't a positive thing for me because I just didn't care. Almost didn't sign the contract, almost didn't go through with it. And it just put me in a real dark hole. And when we did finally announce it, I started to have things come, and be positive. The end of the year, I signed with H5G. I was with Coolwick, which was very hard to leave them. But, I just everything towards like the end of the year, December wise, everything's just looking up. Everything's being positive. I'm being more positive with myself. It's just 2025 sucked for me. That's just plain and simple.
I'm sorry to hear that, but we're glad you're still here and everything is hopefully looking good for your future.
It is. The plans that we have going, I'm either going to be super happy and get to fulfill a dream, or I'm going to move to Florida and be happy I'm not in Illinois anymore.
How far south?
Bowling attorney.
Let's
so
split the difference here.
We're if we were to do it, we're looking in like the Brandon area, just outside of Tampa.
Bro, that's not south enough.
Yeah, well.
Hey, that's closer to me.
However, I will say, if you are looking for some serious bowling tournaments, Tampa is seriously Tampa.
So you want to hear a funny one?
It's so much bowling tournaments in Tampa.
So a couple of years ago, my wife and I decided to go to Florida. We got married in Clearwater. And
all right, yeah.
I want to say it was like our third or fourth anniversary. It was just like 2023. And Brian Valena messages me, and he was like, hey, he's like, when are you coming down? And I gave him the dates and everything. And he goes, well, you know how your wife gives you one day for you and I to hang out and do whatever we want? And I said, yeah. And he goes, bring some bowling balls. I want to bowl. And I was like, dude, it's an anniversary trip. My wife will kill us. She's not going to be happy about that. And he goes, just ask, see what she says. So I was like, all right, I'll ask. If she tells me no, that's the end of it. I'm not going to argue with her. I'm not, because we drove down. So when she came home, I talked to her about it. And I said, hey, you know how you give me and Brian a day? She goes, yeah. I said, he wants to bowl a tournament. It'll be the first day that we're down there. So, it'd be start of the trip. We get down there, bowl, be done with it. No more bowling. And she goes, where is it at? And I told her, Brandon Crosstown Bowl. And she goes, Debbie, her best friend, lives like 10 minutes from there. She goes, you go bowl, I'll go hang with Debbie. We'll get it done and over with the first day. I said, cool, no problem. It was like a 5 or 6 gamer. And I ended up winning. After the second to the last game, I had like a 104 pin lead over the field.
Oh, dude.
We got done bowling, and to this day, it was Ethan Fiore that I beat by like 20 pins. I won the tournament. I won a scratch side and a handicap side, and it was Ethan Fiore that was the second place. My wife comes walking into bowling alley, and they're announcing it. Winner of the scratch side, Jerry Mars, $900. Winner of the handicap side, Jerry Mars, $1,100. Winner of doubles, Brian Valena, Jerry Mars. And I was just like, oh, my God. And I had one guy walk by me, and he goes, didn't you have a tournament in Chicago to bowl? You had to come all the way down to Florida? I started laughing, and then the guy comes up and hands me these envelopes, and he goes, all right, he goes, come to the table and get your bracket money. And I go, this isn't included in the bracket money? And he's like, no. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I go over there, and he's like, all right, bracket money. He's like, $2,300. Here you go. And he's like, oh, and then you got game pots for this game, and this game. Here's that. And I was just like, Jesus. So my wife's like, how much money did you win? I'm like, I think it was like $5,000. it was a lot of
money, bro.
All these people were like, go back to Chicago. Don't come back down here. I was like, just wait.
Bro, let me know when you move down here. We need to team up.
Yeah, I'm hoping one of the either ways goes, but I need to get out of Illinois if I don't do this little plan we have.
So, Bowling attorney, you still in here? My advice for you, if you're wanting to get on a low tier brand, post content, be yourself.
Yep.
I think they mostly take them during like August. I think August, September time period. I'm not really 100% sure on that, but just show them that you're promoting them, you're engaged with them, you use their stuff, you're positive, and build a following, and then submit your application. And if they refuse it, do it again. Just keep doing it until you get what they're looking for. That's the best advice I can give for you.
I can tell you right now, Brunswick does their contracts from June until May. They start signing people beginning of May, and Storm does theirs in December.
Yeah,
Motive,
every brand has a different setting.
Yep.
But all together, don't give up on it. Make sure that you keep pushing what you want to do, and promote yourself, and promote your own. How do I put it? It's more about marketing than it is about scores.
Yep.
Market yourself, promote yourself. It doesn't have to be, like I'm the best of the best. Don't have the ego and promote the brand. Don't have the ego.
Yeah.
That's another factor too. Yeah, that's another factor too. Get in with other fellow staffers because they can open bigger doors for you.
The only thing with that though is staffers don't have the say so, and who they can call up their reps and be like, hey, you should probably look into this guy. Most of the times those reps are going to be like, nah, I'm good. One bit of advice I can give somebody is when you're bowling tournaments, don't be an asshole. Don't kick ball returns. Don't throw chairs. Don't punch tables. Don't be cussing up and down the thing. Don't call people out, because I've seen that hurt a lot of people trying to get on staff, and the bowling ball companies are just like, dude, you were literally throwing chairs at this tournament. Why would we want to be a part of that?
I mean, I've even seen people like making statements on Facebook.
Yep.
Wanting to know like, why haven't I heard about blah blah blah? And it's like, dude, I'm not going to buy a bowling ball from you if I'm not part of staff.
Yep.
Is that really helping you? No.
Yeah. Bashing brands too, that doesn't.
Yeah.
You could be trying to get on Brunswick. Don't bash Storm or Motive, because they're going to look at it and be like, well, if you didn't sign with us and you signed with Storm, you're probably going to bash us because we didn't sign you or something like that. And I'm seeing that. Dude, I'm seeing that currently in my area. Dude, there's a guy that tried getting on Storm staff.
A lot now. It's happening so much.
There's a guy that tried getting on Storm staff and they didn't sign him, so now he's not throwing Storm anymore. And now he's throwing Motive and Brunswick and stuff, and he's just mad shit talking Storm,
which is crazy. Like you're looking to be a part of something, and then you're going to start bashing something. How does that make sense?
Yep.
I've seen that with a couple guys that I know that were diehard Storm guys for as long as I can remember, and from what I could tell and talking to them about it, was mainly they had either a bad interaction or a falling out with somebody who's affiliated, and same thing like you said, they switched 100% completely. I asked him, I said, hey, you don't have to tell me, but for future reference, what happened? And he told me, I was talking to this person, they said I was going to get this and I never got it, and so on and so forth, and then they were done.
Dude,
a lot of times you got to think of the wording that these representatives use, though, because a lot of people take it the wrong way. I've had people talk to reps and be like, oh, I want to get on staff, and all the reps will say, well, we'll see what we have available when the time comes. We'll see what's going on, because a lot of times the companies have to see who's not going to re-sign before they can sign anybody, because it costs a lot of money for them to put somebody on staff. And people don't realize how much money companies lose. And the way it was explained to me by Chuck Gardner, if you look at a regional staffer, okay, just take them for example. Brunswick might have 1,500 regional staffers, but it costs them $1,500 per year for them to staff them. And that's, whether it's shirts, jerseys, bowling balls, bags, stuff like that, 1,500 times 1,500 people, that's a lot of money for them to lose. So a lot of times they're going to make cuts, and they're going to watch these people who don't promote, don't post, stuff like that. And when their contracts come up, they're going to be like, "Hey, we're going to cut you because you did nothing for us." And then people get all butthurt about it. You have to understand how much money they're losing just putting you on staff. What can you offer to make up for that they're going to lose?
Branding.
Yep.
There's without a doubt a business aspect that goes along with staff contracts for sure. You got to be able to make them what they're putting in. That's just a given.
Yep.
Look. End of the day, they're not looking at you to sell merchandise. They're just looking you to brand their merchandise, to give them a platform, right? Because that's what we all are. We're a platform.
It's additional advertisement for them.
Right. So it's not that you're expected to sell merchandise. You're just there to brand out what you are doing and how you can promote what you're throwing.
Yep.
So there's nothing wrong with getting out there and throwing your gear. However, if you become lackluster and you're and lay back and not do your job, per se, you are not going to continue that contract.
No. From what I've seen from most people, the biggest thing when it comes to getting on staff or trying to get on staff is to be visible, positively visible. You want to be present. You want to be out there. You want to be as involved as humanly possible, whether it's on your social medias, whether it's in tournaments, whether it's in the youth. Just you want to be as involved and as positively promoting whichever brand or all the brand or the sport in general as much as humanly possible. And that seems to be more of the attractant than just whether it's just simply throwing balls down the lane, making a few videos. The consistency and the mass presence seems to be the biggest draw from most of these guys.
And on all honesty, it's it doesn't need to be I won first place or I won fifth place or I placed blah blah blah. If you just make your content and show your production, and if you are end of the day, you are a newer bowler and you're upcoming and you show your progression, that speaks more to other people than a lot of people that are okay, I should buy this ball because EJ Tackett's throwing it, because you have somebody that is new to the game, right? And they're throwing something that's relatively new, and they're able to make things happen with this ball. So that speaks volumes.
A lot of people don't realize that your pro shop operator is going to be your best reference that you can ever give.
Absolutely.
Your pro shop operator is going to be the one that's going to be able to tell the Brunswick rep, Storm rep, Motive rep, whoever, hey man, this guy sold me a lot of bowling balls. He's referred people and he's referring them, get the Brunswick stuff. A lot of people also don't realize that if you go and you make a post about a bowling ball, and I experienced it a lot with Brunswick and I'm seeing it a lot with Storm. You don't think those reps are seeing you, but they see you. They see what you post. And if you make, I don't want to say noise hey, look at me. If you make the noise of, I'm putting out the good content like Charles or Elise or somebody else, they're going to look at it and go, okay, maybe this guy can help us. But the person that they're going to mostly look at is going to be that pro shop operator because they want to see what you're doing in sales.
Right.
And there's different levels of contracts. There's advisory, which yes, you'll have to pay for bowling balls still, but you're paying them at discount price. Then you've got level 2 to where you'll get the discount on the balls, you'll get some kind of credit, you might get a free ball here or there, and then you've got regional 1, to where, like with Brunswick, if you're signed to Brunswick, you'll get all the Brunswick releases unless it's a low end ball. Storm, you get staff credit, and you have to use your staff credit and place your orders. They're not going to place the order for you. A lot of the times with Brunswick, when I was with Brunswick, yeah, you'd order your bowling ball and it wouldn't get there until like a couple days before it was released to the public, but you were still able to order the bowling balls and get them for a hell of a lot cheaper than what you're going to get at a pro shop. Yeah. That is an opportunity that most bowlers wish they can have. So if you get it, don't screw that up.
Yep. Most of the time, you're getting that at a price cheaper than the pro shops can get it too.
Yeah,
true. Yep.
A staffer's cost is less than my cost.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I call it tiers. Everyone has a tier system. Mm-hmm. Even if you get brought into being a staffer, you start off at a low tier and you build your way up. Mm-hmm. PSOs, they definitely have a advantage because they are able to promote a brand and they can push a product. However, doesn't mean you're out of the market for just being a promoter.
Right.
So don't let that make it I can't do what they can do.
Right.
Just keep doing on the struggle bus, as we call it, and throw your games and try to get that 300. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I've always led by my character. I let my character carry who I am. Mm-hmm. My actions meet my character. My intentions are pure because I want to see everybody be successful. So if you come to me and say, hey, I want to do this, I'm going to help you reach your goals.
Yep.
But my intentions, my actions, and my character carry me through. And a lot of people see that more than anything.
Yeah.
How you treat everybody around you.
See that first.
And how you uphold yourself, or are you just a goof off, or are you a partier, or are you seriously about what you want to do, you know? Mm-hmm. And I live by that. And honestly, this year was the first year I went out on my own cutting grass, and I had 30 contacts at the beginning of the year. Now I'm at 52, and it's based on the pride and detail that I pay attention to, and the sacrifice I did for them throughout the year. Hey, can you hit me? I got a birthday party this weekend. I move everything around just to hit them. You know, it was because I aim to please, and I want to help them be happy too. So, I mean, that's the only reason why I went from 30 to 52 in less than a year. I mean, that's huge increase. I mean, I hope next year is more prosperous, but I'm thankful and grateful for what I have now. So, but that's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people are going to see. They're going to see you as a person before they see you as anything else. Yep. That's going to be a given. Yep. You know, and 99% of the time, people are going to judge you based off of initial appearance before anything, even then. So it's the biggest thing to me is kind of like what you said, just how you carry yourself, your demeanor, you know, just how you interact with people. And when people want to interact with you, that's usually a good sign. When everybody's kind of keeping their distance, that's probably not a good sign.
Right.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 times a year, easily, we'll sit down and have a conversation with our rep, you know, whatever brand it is, and they'll say, what do you think of this guy? And I've got one of two answers. Either he's a good ambassador for the sport, or he's not. You know,
and that's a prime example right there of your pro shop operator is going to be the guy that they're going to go to first.
Yep.
As long as you're carrying yourself well, helping out others. If you are involved in a youth program, oh my God.
Yeah.
I got you.
Soul. Yep.
One of the reasons that I got, I think, helped to get me involved with Deviate was the year that I got signed. We were at the Masters in New Jersey, and Chuck Gardner, after we got done bowling, I missed the match play portion. I think it was like 2 pins. Chuck Gardner came up to me and he was like, hey, he goes, we're putting on a clinic on Saturday here for the youth. And he goes, if you want to stay, we'd appreciate it if you'd stay. We liked your positive attitude and this and that. And we stayed. We stayed the extra 2 days. Didn't have to because we were planning on leaving on Friday. So we paid for the hotel for the next 2 days and made the drive home Sunday. And then when I got home, I was saying it was like Tuesday, I cashed the check for the Masters. And I got a call from Chuck Gardner, Ron Bragg, and there was one other person that was on the call, but they called me up and they were like, we like the way you carried yourself at the Masters. You didn't make match play and you didn't throw a fit, didn't stomp around and this and that. You stayed, helped us with the clinic, and you helped out a lot of people. So we want to offer you the contract. And I was like, hell yeah. I was like, I will definitely be a part of that. And, you have ball demos in your area, go help out. You can learn stuff too at the ball demos. Biggest thing you can learn from is the ball demos and seeing what everybody likes and what they do and stuff like that.
Honestly, it's kind of the small things that you do. And the reason I'm saying this is when I moved from Ohio to Florida and got into my league center, when I walked into my league center, did I feel like super welcome? No, not necessarily. But the more that I walked into it and the more I got to know the people, the more welcome I felt and the more I was able to get to know everybody and get into the leagues, get into the extra states and have them support me to put me into the nationals and everything else. Bro, that's why I want to do what I'm doing now and give back to the bowling community, because the bowling community has always given back to what I kind of walked into. I don't want to think I'm not capable, because everyone has always showed me support.
Yep.
And I'm doing what I'm doing because I've had support from everyone else around me.
Yeah.
It's always a really nice feeling whenever you're the guy that everybody's like, hey, come bowl with us for this tournament. We'll put you on a team. Hey, come doubles with me. When people are starting to say, hey, you need to be here with us. That's a phenomenal feeling.
Yeah, when you get that recognition, and they're like, "Oh, bro, you're a good bowler," and you're like, "Oh, I'm not that good."
Yeah.
Right? And you're like, "Oh, I'm not that good." And then you're like, "Oh, maybe I am that good."
Yeah,
right?
That's probably the biggest way to build your local tournaments.
Yeah.
Even if it's a singles event, just go, hey, bowling this weekend. You should bowl too. I'll put you on my pair. With somebody who doesn't normally bowl tournaments. Next thing you know, they're hooked and they're bowling all up.
Blowing up.
Yes.
I get a lot of people.
That's the way it goes.
I get a lot of people. My wife will be with me and we'll go to a bowling tournament. We'll go to like Louisville or we'll go to Iowa somewhere, and somebody will come up to me and they'll start talking to me and they'll walk away and my wife will be like, why didn't you introduce me to them? Like, no clue who they were, their name. I'm like, I don't want to be like, hey, this is so-and-so. And my wife's like, when we first got together, she was like, how do all these people know you? And I'm like, because I'm not an asshole. I'm not an asshole, and I treat people all the same. And people come up to me and go, hey, you're such a great bowler. And it's like, no, I'm not. Because the one thing that my grandmother always taught me was be humble. Always remember where you came from and don't try to think you're better than everybody else, because everybody's going to have a bad day eventually. And, it's just, it gets to the point to where it's like somebody I won't even know will come up to me and talk to me and, I follow you on TikTok, or I follow you on Facebook. I follow you here. I see you on Joel's Live and all this other stuff. I will talk to you, like we've been best friends, because I'm going to respect you, until you hurt me, steal money from me, or hurt somebody in my family, then we're going to have issues. And then I'm not going to be nice to you.
Dude, and I appreciate that you said that because honestly, I know everyone that's part of this podcast tonight. We are all very humble, and we all know that like we just want to grow the sport, right?
Yep.
It's
That's
not
cool.
that we think that we're better than anybody by any means, because I know we're all humble as by any means. We all have bad games. We all have good games.
Yep.
And if it wasn't bowling, it would be called striking, right?
Yeah.
So I don't want anyone to think that by any means that you are less than anyone else that is on the lanes, because we all have good games, we all have bad games.
So the coolest experience I ever seen, and I don't want to say I learned a lot, but I kind of was like I'm the same way. When we bowled the Masters in Vegas a couple of years ago, I watched Belmo not have the greatest last game of the block, and when he walked off the lanes, he was not in the greatest of moods. He got into the locker room and he was throwing bowling balls into his bag and stood there for a minute cussing himself out, but he didn't do it in a way where everybody heard it. You know, if you were standing within 5 feet from him, you heard him.
Yeah.
But then I watched that man look at everybody, took a deep breath, he walked out, he put a smile on his face, and everybody handed out the bowling pins, and he just walked up and grabbed everybody's and was like, "How you doing today? How have you been?" You know, and people sit there and say, "Oh, well, he's such an asshole." It's like, no, he's not.
No.
You see what you see on the lanes. You don't see him every day. You know, I couldn't imagine what it'd be like to walk into a restaurant and have somebody come up to you when you're at a bowling tournament and all these people just surround your table wanting an autograph. Let the man be, you know. If he's in a bowling center,
better
cool,
than
come
every
talk to him.
IndyCar racer that I've ever met.
And EJ Tackett too. EJ Tackett is the same way. EJ will go into the locker room and not saying that he'll punch things and get, you know, but he'll get his little frustrations out. Like he'll stand there and be like, "Urgh," and then he'll walk out with a smile and sign pins, and you know, and it to me that speaks volumes, and that speaks to why some of these companies throw all this money at them, because that's just who they are and that's what they do and that's what they represent.
Honestly, that's one of the reasons why I love the sport, is because we get that interaction with pros that even though they are not necessarily on their best of the best, they come back and they interact with the fans. And you see it not only with NFL, NBA, IndyCar. I mean, they will like, all right, I did not do well. Bye.
Yep.
Bowling, they are so like, okay, yes, I'm going to get my frustration out. I'm going to take my break, but I'm still going to interact with my fans. And I'm going to interact with them, and I will give them autographs, and I will do everything that I need to do to promote the sport. And I think that's one of the reasons why I love bowling so much, because it is the one sport that, even though they don't do their best, they always pay it back.
One more real quick, but then I got to get going. Parker Bowen is also the best at that. Parker Bowen is probably one of the best. Him and Johnny Petraglia both are the two people that I would say that I look up to, because of the fact that I've watched Parker completely bomb a squad and walk to the back and see some kid standing there, and he'll look at the kid and be like, "That was a bad shot, wasn't it?" You know, and the kid will be like, "Yeah, but you could do better." And he's like, "You're right, I can do better." And then he'll walk back up and throw the ball and get a strike, and he'll come up and high-five the kid. You know, there's a lot of pros that do that, but you don't see that on TV. You see what's on TV. And it's like, it was explained by Pete Weber. How would you feel if somebody walked into your job and took money out of your pocket because they did something just a little bit better than you?
Right.
You'd be upset. So when somebody loses a match on TV, they're upset because they bowled bad, because they probably wanted that extra couple $1,000. And nobody understands that. Nobody sees that. And in the bowling community, when you have people who can do stuff like that and turn off their attitudes and their personalities just to come out and be with fans and say, "Hey, how's it going?" You don't see baseball players doing that. You don't see football players doing that. You sure as hell don't see basketball players doing that. You know, that's why bowling to me is just another level in the professionalism than these guys are.
I agree, 100%.
So Jonas,
No, but
my
I
advice.
got to get going though, guys, because I got to go pick up the wife. She went out to dinner with some friends, and I got to go get her. So
Well,
it's been fun being on here. Love you guys.
Thank you for
Keep
coming.
up all the good work.
Pleasure, Jerry.
And I'll talk to you guys later.
All right.
Much love, Mars.
All right.
Appreciate being on.
Thank you.
Jonas, my sound advice to you is weigh your options, but I would go to college for bowling because one, you're going to learn a crap ton more about bowling. You're going to get more endurance. You're going to be more mentally prepared coming out of college for regionals and stuff like that. But ultimately, you'll have a career to come out of. So you'll be able to go into a career and still do bowling on the side. And if you want to take vacation time to go do regionals and stuff like that, you can do that. That's my sound advice, but that's a parent looking at a child per se. So you kind of get your foundation set, and that's just my opinion.
Yeah, you got to remember, for 90% of the professional bowlers out there, bowling's a part-time job.
Mm-hmm.
They all have other things. But definitely college, especially bowling in college, will prepare you for that a whole lot better than getting out there and spending money to get prepared for that.
Oh, yeah.
There's only one way to learn how to bowl on that stuff, and that's to bowl on that stuff.
Mm. That was definitely, and I know I've talked about it. I know one of the initial times I was on the podcast here, we talked about it a little bit. I know when I first got on the regional tour for the PBA, one of the first immediate things that I realized was, because I didn't get the chance to go to college for bowling especially, but watching the kids nowadays that go the college route and then get a taste for what the PBA is like, especially with patterns and different houses and things of that nature. That was one thing that I realized incredibly quick was, man, I'm way behind the curve. These kids coming out are so much more prepared for that environment than people who are just coming in bowling and go, oh, I'll try a regional, and it's more night and day than they ever imagined.
It is a humbling experience.
Extremely.
The first time you bowl a regional.
Yes.
I would say it's pushing the hook, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the kids nowadays, they know how to push the hook.
Yeah.
But the problem they have is that when the push the hook doesn't fare well, they crumble.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
when they can't
that's
pick up
all just time related, really.
Right. But when they can't pick up the spare, that's like devastating to them.
That's a
when
big
they,
deep breath.
Yeah.
That missed 10 pin or that missed 4 pin or 6 pin is a lot harder breath to take on that environment than it is on Monday Night League.
Right.
Yeah. Well, especially if they can't pick it up, because then they leave it open, and then they're like, they're already devastated, right?
Mhm.
At that
They're
point,
defeated.
you need a 3-bagger just to catch up.
Yeah.
Right.
And on a house shot, okay, you can get that.
Right. Exactly.
But out there, that's a whole nother ballgame.
Yeah. A little extra work out there.
Yeah.
Well, that and the long days that you'll have in college between school, workout, practice,
Bro,
going back to workout,
bro.
going home to do your work. It's mentally going to prepare you to be more successful in life because you are going to learn how to grind at a young age, and it preps your mid age into your retirement age to grind life out and have that much more compassion for it.
Yeah.
I will say, anyone that is in college that is in the athletic aspect, and I know they're like, oh, I have a scholarship for blah blah blah. You're right. It is tougher than a lot of people think. Just
yeah.
gonna say it right now. when you think that like, oh yeah, I got a scholarship, it's like free money. You are doing a sport and you have basically a parent.
Mhm.
Just letting you know.
Oh yeah. I know when I was coming out of high school, my biggest thing before bowling wasn't quite big enough at that point in time yet. But when I was coming out of high school, I was actually going for a golf scholarship. And when that coach looked at me and said, "Hey, we've got 5:45 a.m. workouts. We got this, we got that, we got that." And I'm going,
what?
For golf? Really?
Bro,
I said,
I'm telling you.
I'll let you know for sure.
Telling you, bro.
Wait a minute.
Well, for your entire life, all the way up until college, every sport you play is a game.
Yeah.
Yep.
When you get to college, it's no longer a game.
Right.
But it's still a game. But you're
It's
still,
a job now.
Yeah, exactly. Look, so as a wrestler, right, in high school, when you get into college, when you think that like, oh, you broke free, nah.
Nah, much tighter leash.
Nah. I'm like, oh, I went to college so I can get away from my parents. Nah. It's not how it works.
You just got more of a angry parent watching over you.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes, constantly angry.
Yeah.
Pee in this cup. Do this. Do that.
So let's just
All right,
be real.
gentlemen. We're rounding up a little bit over time for today, but it's been a pleasure. I mean,
Always.
Jerry brings a lot of knowledge to the table. Jolly brings a lot of knowledge to the table. You also do too, House. You guys are big supporters of us, and we really appreciate you and everything you guys do. Once you start going into the tubes of you, let us know, Jolly. We'll watch them. We'll tune in.
Yeah, I figure I'm hoping to get something up this week. We're going to start at the beginning of the year and keep it going.
All right.
I'll let everybody know.
Cool.
All right, for sure.
Looking forward to
We'll
it.
be there.
Well, I want to say much love to both of you guys and to our Mars that is participated. But thank you for everything you guys have done for our BHB. And I can't wait to have another episode because I know we are going to do that episode soon. And keep it going. Much love. And, bro, keep those sarcastic comments coming.
Oh, they're coming.
I love it.
They're coming.
And I love everything that you're doing. So everything you guys are doing for the bowling community, let's keep it going.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you guys.
Cheers,
Much
fellas.
love.
Cheers, boys.